Let's go see some cool gangster stuff. If you guys have never seen this place or seen any of my videos here from Historic Auto Attractions in Roscoe, Illinois, this place is a hidden gem, and I'm going to take you through Gangsterland right now. We have to start with the pistol that killed John Dillinger, which is on display right here. It's amazing the kind of stuff that they have in this museum, and I can't possibly show you all of it in one video, but I'm going to show you this exhibit because this is really, really neat. This is a John Dillinger showcase. Now, John Dillinger was at the Biograph Theater the night that he was killed. He was watching Manhattan Melodrama starring Clark Gable. This is the suit that Clark Gable wore in that film. This is the actual suit. They have various guns and badges from Little Bohemia. There's a rifle that was owned and used by John Dillinger's father and John Dillinger's grandfather. And back in the day, they liked to keep weird souvenirs. So there is a piece of pants taken from Dillinger's body the night he was killed. A couple of guns that were left at Little Bohemia. Just very, very cool stuff. A life mask taken of Dillinger after his death. Now, I don't know why they call a life mask when it's a death mask, but kind of interesting. Here is a beige tie and tie clip that belonged to Carlos Marcello, mafia boss of the southern states. And just over here, they have John Dillinger's shirt, which is pretty cool by itself. And here, this is a 1932 Studabaker Commander bank getaway car that was used by John Dillinger. Now, this was part of a police arsenal robbery in October of 1933, sorry about that, where over $75,000 was stolen. Now, this was not only used by John Dillinger, this was also used by Johnny Depp when he filmed the movie Public Enemies. They borrowed this car from the museum, and it was used for the film. They had to put all the oil and fluids and all that kind of stuff back in here, and then they had to empty it out and drain it when they put this back on display. But it was used in the movie, and it was used by John Dillinger himself. But a pretty rare car in amazing condition, and I can't imagine that there's much for things like this on display publicly. They also have John Dillinger's bulletproof vest. The amount of stuff that they have here is just awesome. This is a 1929 Lincoln Model L used by Gangster Legs Diamond. I'll give you a little look of this. And over here is a 1925 Studabaker Model EQ Special used by the Galena, Illinois Police Department. And one of my favorite things here, this is a 1932. People have told me it's a 1934, 1932, 34, whatever it is. It's a 1930s bulletproof Cadillac Chicagoland gangster era car with portholes to aid the gangsters in drive-by shootings if they would get into little tiffs with their enemies. It's kind of a unique thing. I've definitely never seen one anywhere else. I'll take you around so you can get a look on the inside of the car. But I was told that they found this. This was found in a barn, and they brought it to the museum, and they haven't done anything with it. No restoration work, anything like that. The way that you see it is exactly the way they found it. So if you were in this car back in the 1930s, you were probably not up to anything good. That is really beat to hell in there. But it is really cool, and what a piece of history. And right next to that, if it can't get any cooler, Capone Distributing. This is an original 1929 Capone Distributing alcohol truck. Al Capone, notorious gangster in Chicago, had one of the biggest bootlegging operations going, and he would use these trucks to transport his alcohol around the city. And Al Capone also had his office at the Lexington Hotel in Chicago, which has since been torn down. These are the actual doors from the vault that Al Capone had in his office. So Al Capone would have touched these handles pretty much on a daily basis, or at least whenever he was in town and in his office. Pretty cool. And then here is this. This is the prop movie car from the Bonnie and Clyde movie, the 1967 classic, starring Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway. This was a George Barris custom car. They did use several different cars for this movie, but this is one of them that they definitely screen used. Show you guys a little bit of that. They actually did fire a Thompson submachine gun into this car. I believe it was over 120 bullets that ripped through the actual Bonnie and Clyde car. And if you want to see some actual Bonnie and Clyde relics, they also have some of those. They have a Thompson submachine gun right in here. They have Lizzie Borden's ice pick and clock. But the coolest thing they have in this museum, in my opinion, these are the actual Bonnie and Clyde death hats. These are the hats Bonnie and Clyde were wearing when they were shot down by police in 1934 in Louisiana. These are the actual hats, as you guys can see in there. You can see a little bit of blood on the back, bullet holes. And this is Bonnie Parker's hat that she was wearing. It's a bullet hole right there. There's another one, if you guys can see it right there. But these were given back to, I believe, Clyde's family, and then they found them in a trunk, and they didn't want them, so they put them up for auction. The museum bought them, and the rest is history. They also have, this is a gun that was found in Bonnie and Clyde's death car, and recovered bullets from the death car. Now, this is just a small sampling of things in Gangsterland at historic auto attractions. This place is over 80,000 square feet and just insane exhibits. So if you guys haven't checked out any of my other videos, please go ahead and do so, and make sure to hit that subscribe button if you guys like things like this, roadside attractions, museums, history, all that kind of stuff. We do it all. So thanks for joining me on today's adventure, and have a great day.